Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back to Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. We are set really nicely here. I've changed into Black Adam for no apparent reason. We have the 3 or 4 extras that multiply the studs unlocked and purchased. So now, as soon as we have 5 million studs, we can get studs times 10, which will take our current stud multiplier of 384 to 3,840. And I imagine that is exactly what is going to happen as we do the next level here. And it's going to also be the beginning of the end. We can see the end in sight, at least, for this game, because we've got everything I think we need now. This really makes some progress. So next level is Jailhouse Knock. It is very strange that all the people who are kind of on your side, the Indigo Tribe, the Star Sapphires, and the Blue Lanterns, were in that order at the front, and then at the end we're going to have to deal with all the bad guys, which is a whole different group of people that was supposedly at the same time dealing with that issue. I think the way I played it originally was better, going back and forth between the two. Anywho, so there's 2 mini-kits and a Adam West Apparel and a character token in the first act. There's 5 mini-kits and a character token in the second act. And there's 2 mini-kits in the red brick in the third act. We won't play as Black Adam. We were trying to find the Adam, who has the ability to shrink down, but we've also found out that you can just turn on the extra for miniature characters, and that seems to work just as well. So we can cheat around here. So this is the 3rd time in a row we've seen them fly away from the watchtower to a planet. So they assumedly are flying to the planet, flying back to the watchtower, then flying from the watchtower back
Being filled
to
with
the
compassion,
planet.
they sure look violent.
My sensors are picking up abnormalities from below the ground.
We'll have to head down and investigate.
I think there's a bit of a flaw turning violent prisoners into the Indigo Tribe if they don't ever become permanently reformed. As soon as your Indigo power battery falls apart, they become violent criminals again. That doesn't really work too well, does it? Alright, so we want as many studs as possible. This will probably be the last time we ever have to do this. So, after this point, it may become very, very silly to even bother with it. See, we've, in this first room alone, already collected nearly 1 million studs. It looks like down there there was more, but I don't believe that to be the case. Let's go ahead and switch this to this guy so we can open these gates. Come on, magnetic abilities. There we go. See, the camera triggered Adam West there, of all the things. That seems so silly. We will unlock the ability to have a marker like the arrows, the white arrows we have now, to see where the Adam West imperils are, but I'm not sure I'm ever going to actually need it.
Where would the world be without heroes like ourselves?
So he was just sitting right there. Can't wait to get attract studs. That'll certainly speed up the process a little bit. So when you go into sensor mode, you do see the skeletons. That was a gag in Lego Batman 2. Let's see if we do this. They are just skeletons with a head on them. Switch down to this. We're at 6 million studs right now. If you look in the top left section, we needed 5 million to get score times 5. I mean, sorry, score times 10. So we've already surpassed that. In fact, it's now pointless to not buy everything we want as soon as we can, if we want to. There's nothing more we need to save for. Where is Batmite? Is the big question to ask. He's hiding around here somewhere, we know. Let's see, we need Robin in his illumination suit. No, don't. Fine, open that door. Now go to the illumination suit again, press this, turn on, and get in there, and hit these spiders, I guess. It is a weeping angel, again. The Doctor Who references. Do I think there really is going to be a Lego Doctor Who game? I have a hard time believing it, actually. I really do. Since the Doctor Who reboot, if they took like all the stories that were good that have come out, they could certainly, there's enough there to take the good stories and make one game that might be a little short there, or they could try to write their own stories, which would be weird. It would be very episodic in nature, or at least mostly episodic. Let's see. Like, because I assume what they try to do is like Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga, and so they try to do like a series for the first Doctor since the reboot, the second Doctor, the third Doctor, the fourth Doctor. If they do the first Doctor, I guess that's not going to really last very long. He only went for one season, one series. Anyways, the very first Doctor in the reboot. Or they could try and go for every single one of the Doctors, and then you're talking like 13 of them, isn't it? Is it some number as high as 13 Doctor Who's have been? I don't know. I don't know if it works because of the styles of the stories they tell. It's not like Doctor Who runs around and beats up on bad guys very often. In fact, never. I've never seen Doctor Who actually use his fists for anything. I guess for the creatures, at least. And when you think about that, that doesn't really work with a Lego game, does it? As we're sitting here punching things left and right. It's just too out of character. Doctor Who works as, maybe if you played as the companions of Doctor Who the whole game, and Doctor Who was just this non-playable character that led you around, could try to do some of that. That's what LEGO Dimensions kind of did. They had him show up in a couple cutscenes. But yeah, just don't see it. Are there even enough characters in the Doctor Who universe to do a LEGO game? That's a question too. That's really where LEGO Dimensions had some potential for success. That I think the portal power made it suffer because of it exist requiring that. Let's see, is this a power suit thing or? So one thing I am definitely gonna do is make an effort to follow the patterns here. Yeah. There's a lot of shows that would be interesting if they were made into Legos, but they're not long enough or intrinsic enough or detailed enough or have enough characters to fully justify being its own separate thing. So if they came out with a LEGO Dimensions 2, or yeah, as a game, and said we're not going to do the portal power, or we'll do the portal power, this is interesting, but it's going to end up with us with you having a different experience as far as the gameplay. I think they need to just not do the portal power stuff, because what's wrong with LEGO Dimensions is the fact that you have to pick up actual LEGO minifigs and move them from section A to section B to section C to do all the puzzles in the game. And if they ignore that and say you can play with portal power if you want, and if you put a character you have on there, he'll load into the game as that minifig and you can play that. If you put a vehicle there, that will work too. But we're not going to require that any of the puzzles actually require that that thing exists or is plugged in. And then they need to bring it to PC too. Alright, so we're following the order of the studs and the way it was lit up. So I want to walk now through this one. That gets us here. Perhaps there is a market where they can make LEGO games and not charge the full price and give a slightly lesser experience. Instead of the 16 levels in this game, it's only 8. Instead of the, how many would we say, 150 characters, let's say there's only 50. I mean, how deep you go into a story like Doctor Who kind of leaves it open where you can make several shorter ones and it would be a better experience than making one long one that had every single story or every big storyline from every Doctor Who thing. Effectively, Doctor Who is sort of a kid's show more than anything else, so it's a kid's show that's sometimes not appropriate for younger kids. Strange way to explain it, but that's kind of how it works. Because some of its episodes are scary and some of its episodes are complicated beyond what younger kids would understand. But then again, a lot of times Doctor Who pretends like it's complicated when it isn't complicated at all. So we need to get over here. Are there any things? Suck the electricity out of that. Collectibles over here. No, but there's one back over here. How does one get into that area? Ah. Sneaky. A lot of the Doctor Who enemies, I don't even know how they would really work in the Lego universe. Like the Weeping Angels are going to be pretty easy to beat if all anyone has to do is punch them and they fall apart like any regular enemy in a Lego game. Called. Oh, I forgot the name of them. I forgot what the name of the guys are. They go exterminate all the time. Daleks. Yeah, the Daleks aren't going to be that threatening if they simply can be punched every time. And things like the Master is, there's a bad guy that's all about thinking up plans. Plans and dialogue and talk, none of that works with a Lego game. So yeah, I think Doctor Who is condemned for all eternity to, at best, make a small appearance. I wish there was a Doctor Who game that was good, besides a really bad one that was released like online through BBC's website. Kind of in the same way, but I think those type of games would probably be better like the Sherlock games, if the Sherlock games up to this point were a little bit better. The newest Sherlock one I've seen that they're working on does have some interesting potential. We need Brainiac here. Almost completely done with the character tokens, it feels like. Also, take a moment to notice that we are at 30 million studs. So let's switch to Batman. Switch to sensor suit. Go invisible. 3 actions required. And all that was needed to take a chain to Batman.
This is great! Now I'll be the envy of my whole dimension!
Yeah, so Batmite is from a different dimension. So there's a third character. Was that like a spider? Now I know Batmite was not there. Go ahead and switch to the Flash here. hold down that X button. Don't really have to tap it. Oh, I guess I do have to tap it, don't I? Or something else. I don't know what happened there. That was strange. Alright. So we've got everything here. What? We have 5 more mini kit pieces and a red brick to find. Destroy everything as much as we can around here. That's 5 out of 5. See a couple things over there on the right. Why there's a half globe of what looks like the Earth there doesn't make any sense. Get all these studs. Sweet, sweet studs. So what does this build? An electric generator? Nice. Switch over here to Brainiac. Use our shrink ray on this. There we go. Switch back to, let's see, Batman, I guess. Honestly, I have half a thought that Cyborg is even better than Batman as a character. That his suits are slightly more used in the game. And to get back to what I was talking about for a second, if you think about it, in a Lego game, Cyborg is going to be the better character than Batman because Batman's skill is in his mental strategy and detective work, which really isn't depicted at all in a Lego game. There's no strategy needed, it's just run in the room and start punching the guys. See? Let's see. Break as much things as possible. Now this is the section where I didn't follow the instructions and accidentally skipped ahead. So I want to make sure to actually follow the pattern and move forward in the proper way. So I'll get all those studs and any other collectible that might show up. Is this an electrical thing up here or what? So that way, start that one, that one, that one, and that one. Alright, that's good to know, but I'm going to start by flying up. So if I go this way, and we do Green Lantern, yes, that's it. Green Lantern builds something over here, breaks all that. So I go over here and I start breaking some of this. And I start breaking some of this. Start building. See what this is. Ah, it's a knock sign. There we go. Is there anything else in this area we need to worry about or deal with? Nope, we're pretty much trapped here too, so let's go this way and walk, and then go this way and walk, and then go this way and walk, and then go this way and walk.
Ah, look, the power battery is
So I did it the right
I
way,
still want it though.
and it still didn't really give me anything but a few extra
Maybe
studs.
repairing it will restore
Of
order to
course,
this world.
multiplied by 384, that certainly helps.
Insufferable piles of unspeakableness! Get them!
Doing the Xena Warrior Princess scream there. I imagine that actress heard her voice after doing that for years and years. There's the second to last one. Now I'm not going to bother to try to get every single stud around here. Silly. But we could break a few things and see what happens. $51 million studs. Right now is what we're looking at. So we need to get up here. And to get up there we need a robin. And to get the robin thing, I think we need to switch to the lantern. Dig here. Get away from me. Keep on digging. Keep on digging. There we go. There's the robin connection. And as soon as I am done, I die. Typical. Now we switch to Techno Suit Robin, which is a misnomer because the suit does not look techno to me at all. It looks technological, or technology suit, but no techno music here, as far as I can tell. Alright. Let's not goof around too much, and let's just finish this fight. Finish the fight by punching Indigo 1 a lot. She climbs up here on top of this, and I believe we have to do something to throw something at her, I believe. Is there a... Oh yes there is. Here, let's do this. Oh yeah, I almost ended the level without getting the red brick, didn't I? Plastic Man. Do your business. You guys are out of the way. So a giant feather tickles the statue, I guess. And then we'll just go back here and collect that. There we go. Boy, does that plane look like the planes from the movie Planes. There we go. Did we find it? I don't think we found whatever we were supposed to be looking for. Oh, yes, we did. Switch over to this guy. Push that B button and pull down to the magnetic force. So, where are we on collectibles? We got everything. So we can now just end this fight. We don't have to stretch it out any longer. Do the last couple hits on it. Switch over to Batman again, so we can sense whatever secret we're going to sense. Her Xena warrior princess yell seems to call the bats in. Even in boss fights like this, I am not a fan of the infinitely respawning enemies. Get the last couple hits in and we should be done. Yeah, we are done with the fight. Now we just need to switch back to the Flash and rebuild the lantern. Three, four, got all four of them. Rebuild the lantern battery. So what damaged the battery is the question.
Justice League. It wasn't for entirely selfless reasons.
There was no story at all.
You have quelled the
No explanation whatsoever why the battery was
once
damaged.
more with compassion. I willingly offer you my assistance.
Now, theoretically, if you want to talk about it, Indigo 1 is not willingly able to do anything. She, like all the other prisoners on this planet, seem to be under the mental control of the battery. Whether it's for the better or the worse is a debate to have, certainly, but she has no will at this point. It's being subverted at the very least. We have 61 million studs. And of course, getting 61 million studs gets you true hero. If there ever is a Lego level where that is not enough to get you true hero, I don't want to play that level. It's also pretty obvious at this point that there is no bonus level like we have seen in many of the other Lego games where you just run around the world and try to collect 1 million studs as fast as possible. I never found those fun anyways, but I'm glad to see them gone. So notice that the studs on the sides changed to blue. Let's see. I wasn't paying attention, I didn't see what characters I got. Oh well. It doesn't probably matter that much. So when we get back to the watchtower, will our stud count still be in blue? Or is it in silver? Or well, what's interesting is it changes based on the last stud you pick up, and it only is changing on the side that I'm playing on. Wow, what a tiny little improvement that you would totally miss. Just so you know what you just picked up. Silver gives you silver, gold gives you gold. And so since you were getting blue on both sides when you got all the mini kits done, that's what happened. So we don't have festive hats yet. Oh darn. We don't have the character token detector, which we kind of need, maybe. We don't have fast build. That would be nice to have. It would be nice if we collected ghost studs. Bat fight captions, I'd be alright with. We'll play with them at least. So that's it for the extras that we need to run back and get for a little while at least. Gold brick detector, mini kit detector, quest detector, Advent Western Peril detected, attract studs. Just turn on all of those, and it's the same old disguises, isn't it? We'll just play with disguises on. I did not turn on the score times 10 though. That's the big one to turn on. So we are ready to go, and I think it's only fair that we unlock as many characters as we can right now, and that way we can play with them and deal the frustration. I'm playing this game like a normal person would play it, and a normal person would sit here and unlock all the characters. So we're at 71.7% complete. Take a note of that number. Let's go over here and just start unlocking things. Ace the Bout Hound. Ambush Bug. Bane. Cheshire. I don't know what Cheshire is. She's some kind of cat creature. Cat themed bad guy. Cheetah in one disguise. Let's see. Catwoman pre-52. What does Catwoman pre-52 look like? Alright. And then Catwoman new 52, I guess. Maybe I shouldn't have the disguises on right now. Let's go ahead and turn that off. In fact, we'll just ignore that we have disguises ever. Catwoman pre-52, Catwoman new 52 has just slightly different goggles and a slightly different outfit. And then there's one more. Captain Cold, Cruiserweight, Bronze Tiger. Interesting, I have no idea who that is. Brainiac Minion, Booster Gold, Blue Beetle. So if we have Blue Beetle and Booster Gold enabled, that is an achievement, I believe. So we'll go ahead and get that off the table. Black Manta, Black Hand, who is the opposite of the White Lantern, I would say. Black Canary, who has a big screaming ability. Black Adam, Beast Boy, one of the Teen Titans. Batman Zur in Awe, which I don't know what that is from, but there is an achievement for having him and somebody else. I don't know who. Batman the Darkest Night. These might be different comic books. Batman from 1966. Batgirl from 1966. Batgirl from modern day. At least somewhat. Condiment King. Croc Henchman. Deadshot. One of the Suicide Squad. So Suicide Squad member in the game, even without the DLC. I think maybe it was Batman 2 that had the DLC. Detective Chimp is a joke character. Dexstar, a Red Lantern cat. Dr. Fate, Doomsday, one of the villains that I think Doomsday killed Batman in one story. I don't know if that's still canon or not. Etrigan the Demon. Firestorm, one of the most powerful characters in the DC universe. Frankenstein, a pretty cool character that shows up more than you would think. Geoff Johns, Jim Lee. Jim Lee or Geoff Johns. I think these are probably people that work at DC. Giganta. And she can grow big. In fact, she can grow a lot bigger than most of the other guys. Gorilla Grodd. The Grey Ghost. Dick Grayson. Although he just goes by Grayson right now because he has his own book in the New 52. Green Arrow. Harley Quinn. Just one Harley Quinn outfit. Hawkgirl. Hawkman. How come it's Hawkman and Hawkgirl? Because these names were created in a long time ago when people didn't think about those things. Or didn't think the right way about those things. Hush, really no point in him being in this game at all. The only reason he even is in this game is because he was in Lego Batman 2 when his storyline was of some importance. Hush came before the New 52 reboot, so Music Meister, I believe, is a Flash villain. Mr. Mistlepix. We have Mr. Freeze. They haven't done anything with Mr. Freeze since Lego Batman 1. Here's Miss Martian, which maybe is somewhat related to Martian Manhunter. I don't know if they're in a romantic thing or they're a familiar thing, or if they even know each other. Metallo is, I believe, a bad guy. Manchester Black, I believe, is a Superman bad guy that shows up in one storyline. Here we have Man-Bat. We used a lot of Man-Bat in Lego Batman 2. We haven't used them at all here. Mad Hatter, Lobo, Lex Luthor in the different disguises. Let's see. So he can be in the Hawkman disguise, or he can be in the Wonder Woman disguise. Why there are actual disguise ones listed here seems a little strange, in my opinion. It seems just redundant when you have custom characters and you could have put any character in theory in disguise of anyone else. Lexbots. He is the White Lantern. I believe his name's Kyle Reese. I wish you could get more info. You could hit a button right now and say, give me some more info about this guy. Tell me where he's going, what he did, what storyline he's from. Kid Flash from the Teen Titans. Kevin Smith from nothing, as far as the DC universe is considered. Kablik is one of Darkseid's workers. We have Joker Spade Henchman, Joker Clown Henchman, Joker Mime Henchman. All of the henchmen here are getting squeezed together, whereas so they have room, I guess, for Kevin Smith and Lex Luthor in disguise. Joker in the Batman disguise. John Stewart. He's another Green Lantern. India Tribe Warrior. Orion, one of the new gods. Series. Parasite. I have no idea who Parasite is. Penguin. He has a different outfit. Platinum. I believe Platinum is is the one that runs, what is it? The Secret Avengers, I believe. No, not the Secret Avengers. Could be. It's like a secret Justice League that nobody knows about that tries to save the world secretly. Polka Dot Man is a bad guy from, I don't know, maybe Superman a long time ago? The Question has no face. A Reach Warrior. Red Hood is one of the former Robins. Red Lantern Warrior. Red Tornado is... who does Red Tornado fight usually? I don't know. Reverse Flash. Why is Reverse Flash slightly bigger? Here, let's take a moment to look at the Flash compared to the Reverse Flash. He is slightly bigger. Interesting. The Riddler, Robin 1966, Robin and Lex Luthor disguise, St. Walker. Here's Shazam, and so we could see if there's an achievement for doing Shazam and Black Adam together. And Stargirl, a character that was somewhat beloved, but we haven't seen her in any stories, I think, in a while. Maybe she did come back. Superboy. There are actually two Superboys now, so it's uncertain whether that is Cone or John of the Superboy. One of the Superboys is like the son of Superman and Lois Lane from the future. Supergirl Classic versus... Shazam! So Shazam is actually just a boy that says Shazam. So we should go back and try that. Supergirl Classic versus Supergirl Now. So the difference between Supergirl Classic, if I wish that one hadn't moved, is the cut of her skirt and her outfit is a little bit different. I think I probably would prefer the Classic. Why don't I go back to Black Adam here, see what he says. He doesn't say anything, he doesn't transform into anybody. Okay. Swamp Thing versus the New 52 Swamp Thing. Really? Why does the New 52 Swamp Thing look like worse? Thunderer, Tim Drake, Toyman, another Toyman is both a Flash and a Supergirl villain, I believe. Some of them get around. Trickster is a Flash villain, I believe. Maybe Trickster is the Flash villain and Toyman is the Supergirl one, and I have them confused. Let's see. The Ultra Humanite, I have no idea who that is. Vibe. Vibe is, I think, a Flash character. I didn't know there actually was a character named Vibe. Xamarin Warrior, Zatanna, friend of Superman, somewhat, and then the Fierce Flame. I have no idea who the Fierce Flame is. Is that a Firestorm Flash comparison? And then there's the DLC things: Rainbow Batman, Rainbow Rider, Batwoman. It's strange Batwoman's not in the game. Killer Frost. Mira probably should be in the main game. Plastique is probably Plastic Man's female equivalent. Power Girl definitely should be in the main game. Raven should definitely be in the main game. The spoiler probably doesn't really need to be in the game at all. Starfire should definitely be in the main game. And Terra should potentially be in the game. And Vixen, I don't know that character. So, when you see things like Jim Lee and Jeff Johns squeezed in here, and Lexbots, and Kevin Smith, and characters that I don't recognize, from my little perspective, Condiment King, it feels like there was definitely some characters that were thrown in here for no reason, and then some characters that were just added to the DLC to get you used to buying DLC. And this was the free DLC, but there are 4 other packs that I'll eventually get that cost money, about $15 to get the season pass. Now, I said remember the number that we were at, and it was somewhere around 71.7%. Now that we've unlocked everything, we are at 81.2% complete, just by unlocking all the characters. And take note, we are only at 68,293,000 studs, so unlocking all of those characters really wasn't even that expensive. There are some vehicle stuff that we still need to buy that might be a little bit more expensive. There might be a few other things we need to buy, but not much. And so the end is coming nearer and nearer as we go. That's going to be it for this recording. We spent about 20 minutes just looking through all the characters. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.